Are you postpartum and so excited to move your body again, but not sure where to start and need some guidance? Then this workout is for you. Hi, I'm Dr. Emily Bliss, physical therapist, running coach, and mom of 3. Today's workout is a full body workout designed for someone who is either new to strengthening or just starting strengthening again postpartum. Check out my links below to make sure that you have good core coordination and good abdominal and pelvic floor contraction before you start this workout. All you're going to need for today's workout is a small ball or a pillow, and I'm using 5-pound weights. You can use a 5-pound weight, a 3-pound weight, or no weights at all if you're just starting postpartum. All right, let's get started. So the first exercise today, I'm grabbing my 5-pound weight, just one of them. You're gonna stand with feet a little bit wider than your hips on each side, and we're going to do a plie squat into an overhead press. And we're doing 8 exercises, and we're gonna do them twice through, and we're doing about 10 of each. And if you don't have a weight or aren't ready to use one yet, that's totally fine. Just reach overhead without any weight at all. We're gonna do, I think I'm at about 8. We'll do 2 more. Okay, next exercise, you're gonna kneel down, one knee down, one foot in front. You're gonna take your weight or just your hands and start at your hip, and you're gonna reach up and across your body, and then you can follow your hands with your eyes. So it's called a chop. So you're starting at your hip and reaching up and then come back down. And again, if you don't have a weight or you don't want to use a weight, that's fine. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can use either a heavier weight or you can bump up to your back foot and hold this lunge position. Okay, I'll show you 4 more from the front. So you can either be here with your knee up off the ground or drop it down. Usually the heavier the weight, the more you want your back knee on the ground. Good. And then we're gonna switch sides. Okay, so come back up. You're gonna put your opposite knee on the ground, opposite foot forward, start at that hip, and follow your hands with your eyes. And keep breathing. So I find that I'm exhaling on the way up and then inhaling down. And I'm feeling this like right through here, and I'm feeling this a little bit in my front leg, my front glutes. We're gonna do 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Nicely done. Okay, put that weight down. Next exercise is a side plank. So you're going to put down elbow, knee, and pop up just like this. Arm is overhead, and 10 times we're gonna reach our elbow to our knee, just like this, okay? And 2. The modification, if this feels too hard, is to come down in between each one. And if this is one of your first workouts postpartum, I would do that. And just keep breathing. Good, keep going, and you should feel it like right through here, through your shoulder, so you're getting a little bit of glute, a little bit of core, and a little bit of shoulder at the same time, and then that opposite oblique and hip as you lift up. Okay, let's switch sides. So same thing, elbow and knee, you're lengthening your body, and then you're bringing your knee to your hip, and then reach, knee to elbow, reach, knee to elbow. Again, modification is to come down in between each one. Nice job. I'm feeling this in both glutes. And of course, if you feel like you're fatiguing early and you can only get through 6 or 8 reps, that's completely fine. Just take a little bit of extra rest. All right, take a nice deep breath. Next exercise. Okay, so for the next exercise, you're going to grab a weight if you want to. You're going to get into a lunge position. I'm gonna start left foot in front, right foot back. You're gonna lower down into a lunge, and then you're gonna reach up overhead. So you're lowering down into a lunge, reach up overhead. Modification for this is to not go quite so low with your lunge, and of course to ditch the weight. So if this hurts your knees, or you're wearing a baby, or you're just not feeling up for it, don't worry about going as low. Keep going. And you could do this with a weight in both hands if you wanted to. Okay, I've lost count, but that's at least 10. And then we're gonna do the other side. So other foot in front. If you want weights in both arms, that's totally fine. 1, 2, 3. We're actually halfway done with all of our exercises already. And we're gonna finish the 8 exercises, and then we're gonna do the entire set through one more time. 2 more here. And breathe. Good. All right. So the next exercise is a plank, and I've got a couple options for you. We're gonna start with shoulders over elbows and butt down. You don't want your booty back here like this. So you're dropping your bottom down. Toes can be flat or tucked under, whichever you like. And you're going to grab the weight and move it to the opposite side. And we're gonna do 10 of these. Modification for this is on your exhale, come back into child's pose. And then on your inhale, come back into plank and hold it for as long as you can before you go back into child's pose again, okay? So we did 1. And I'm counting each side. Going to each side is 1 rep. So this is 5. And of course, if you wanted to make it harder, you could bump up onto your toes. And then this is like a really awesome exercise. Keep breathing. Now we're having fun. I'm gonna call this 9. And if you've already done 10, you can go at your own pace. That's totally fine. Good. And you should feel this in your abdominals. And the most important thing is to just keep breathing throughout the whole thing and to challenge yourself. This next exercise is one of my favorites. You're going to get into a lunge position again. I'm going to show you from the front, but it's sort of a mini lunge. And you're going to put your weight actually in your front leg. So I'm putting my weight in the opposite hand, if you want to weight, and then my body weight more in my front leg, and we're going to work this hip. So you're going to hold your weight. You're actually going to bend your knee a little bit as you reach down, and then hold the weight with both hands and rotate. So the movement is going to look like this. And you can make this more challenging by having a heavier weight. And you should feel it right back through here. So we're working on trunk rotation, and we're working on hip rotation and strength, which is really important postpartum because we actually tend to lose some trunk rotation, which just means your upper body. And this can help restore it, just going through those movements and coordinating it with other parts of your body, which is super important if you're a runner. And now I've talked too much and lost track, so I'll do one more. Good. And I feel it burning. Okay, so same thing this side. You're gonna reach down, and then you're rotating. You're gonna reach down, and then rotate. Down, rotate. And I'm breathing. You don't have to coordinate exhale with anything specifically here unless you really want to. And if you wanted to really challenge yourself, you could do this on one foot, but it's like super. So I'm not putting a lot of weight in my back foot. I'm really controlling right through here. Good. And rest. Nicely done. Okay, so you can put your weight down and grab your ball. If you don't have a ball, you can use a pillow, and if you don't have either of those, you don't need it. You're gonna lie on your back for our next abdominal exercise and put your knees and legs up to like a 90-90 position, and the ball is gonna go right here. And if you have a bigger ball, that's totally fine, or a pillow will work too. You're gonna actually press gently with your hands and your knees so that you build a little bit of tension up through your abdominals. And again, this is a good part to really breathe and use your exhale so that you're not arching your back up, which can start to hurt. So if your low back starts to hurt, you're probably not doing this right, and just take a break and go check out my fundamental core strengthening program to make sure that you're engaging your lower abdominals. Okay, so you're gonna push through your knees and through your hands, and on your exhale, you're gonna take your opposite foot and opposite hand and reach out while holding tension through that ball, and then you're gonna switch. Okay, and you're gonna do 5 on each side. And if you don't have a ball, you're just gonna keep switching hands like this. Keep breathing. If you feel this in your back, check your form and make sure that your back isn't arching up like this. Good. And you should be feeling it across your lower abdominals, maybe even in your hip flexors and your quads as well. Okay. Last exercise, and my favorite. But don't forget, we're gonna do the whole thing through one more time. I'm going to stand right over here so this picture's not in my way. You're gonna stand on one foot and put your leg at about 90 degrees up against the wall, and you're going to push your knee into the wall gently, a pressure that you can maintain. And you should feel your booty right here working a little bit into the wall and this booty. And then you're gonna get into a little running position, and you're gonna continue to push into the wall as you lower down into a little runner position, and then come back up to a higher knee and straighter on this side. So again, that's down, and then back up, and then down, and then back up. And I'm maintaining pressure into the wall the entire time with my knee and my hip, mostly my knee. And I actually feel it mostly in this hip over here. And this helps build single leg stability, which is what you need when you're running. So think about that driving leg as you're running, you're pushing up with that boot. 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Whew. There's like a million variations of this exercise. I love them all. So next, other opposite side. And this picture's in the way a little bit. I'm gonna lean away from the wall. But for the most part, I'm just keeping leg, knee pushing into the wall, glute stabilizing here, knees bent, opposite arm is forward, and then you're coming down, and then back, keeping constant pressure through the wall. Not a lot, just enough to get those glutes to burn a little bit. And you're breathing. One more. Good. Whew. I like really super feel it. Okay, go grab a sip of water if you need one, and let's go through the entire thing again. Okay, so if you remember, the first one was squat to overhead press. Again, you don't have to use a weight, or you can use heavier than 5 pounds. I'm using just a little 5 pound lower body weight here. And we're doing like a plie squat. So you're coming down as far as you can, weights at your chest. As you come up, you're reaching overhead. If you want a little extra challenge, go up onto your tippy toes. So we'll go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Next one is the chop. So you're going to kneel down, back leg is down, weights at your side, at your hip, and you're gonna reach up. 1, 2. I like to follow the weight with my gaze. I think it helps with my rotation. But you don't have to. 9, 10, keep breathing, and we're flipping sides. Okay, I like to keep my toes curled under, but you can have them flat, it doesn't matter. Here's 1, and 2, 3, keep breathing. 6 exercises left after this one. Two more, just for fun. Okay, nicely done. Okay, next one is our side plank. If you remember, you're going up on your knee and your elbow. You're lengthening out your arm and your leg, and you're bringing them up and in. Lower down in between each one if you need to. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If 10 feels like too much, that's fine. Take a break when you fatigue. Nothing wrong with that. Even if you can do 5 reps, I promise that even makes a difference. Okay, next one. Reach that arm, reach that leg. Here we are at 1, 2. Don't forget to drive this hip up so that you're not slowly sagging down as you do this, unless you're purposely taking a break in between each one. Do 2 more. 9 and 10. Okay. So this time I'm going to use both weights for our lunge into overhead press. You just want to make sure that your arms don't get tired because they have to do 10 twice because you have 2 legs, right? So you're stepping forward with whichever leg you like. Bicep curl, down into your lunge, overhead press. Down into your lunge, overhead press. And if you don't have weights, you can get creative. A bottle of wine is like 3 pounds, a gallon of milk is 10, half a gallon is 5. Grab something heavy in the kitchen. Cans are like between 1 and 3 pounds depending on how big they are. I feel it. I hope you do. Okay, I think that's 10. 1 more. We're going down and up, down and up. And breathe. Now I like to work out barefoot to work on foot strength, which feels really good. All right, whew, I'm feeling that one. Okay, next one is our plank. So you're gonna grab your 5-pound weight again, and you can go from your knees, it's totally fine, or your toes. And remember this one, you're pulling a weight over 1, 2, 2, modification, down into child's pose for a moment, and then back up into plank. more of a repetition style. And if you're working on strengthening around a diastasis recti that's still healing, look down at it. What's it doing? Is it bulging? Does it change if you breathe? Does it change if you exhale? Does it change if you engage your lower abdominals differently? Does it change if you stick your bottom up a little bit or if you lower down a little bit? Use your eyes and play around with it and see where you feel the most stable. Okay, done with that one. All right, next one is our front leg lunge with not much pressure on this back leg, and you're reaching down and across. So down, and you could even turn this into a chop if you want to. It's a little more challenging. Just throws up your balance a little bit more. But this is a great place to start. And you're breathing. And do 2 more. Good. Go ahead and switch. I like really super feel it in that hip. And I hope you do feel it. Okay, weight's in that front leg. Control's coming from here. Got my weight. I'm reaching and rotating. So I reach, close down that hip. As I come up and rotate, I'm opening it. So I'm just working all of my rotators, which tend to get pretty weak during pregnancy. And your pelvis just gets some laxity through it, your whole body does, because of hormones. And these are the muscles that have to work double duty to give you some stability. And so they tend to get tight and sore. And often just weak because they get neglected. Okay, I think that's done. Now, do a couple more. And then we are going to do 2 more exercises. The first one is dead bugs with a ball. So you get to lie on your back again, and you know the drill. Use the ball if you have one, don't if you don't. Pushing through our hands, pushing through our knees. We're lowering 1 and 2. We are breathing, and 4. We are not letting our back arch up, and 6. We are feeling it in our lower abdominals. 8. Here's 9. I'm gonna be mean and I'm gonna have you do 4 more, just for fun. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I love this one because pretty much no matter where you are at in your core strengthening, this one is just always hard. And pretty much always works if you're having a hard time getting your core engaged. Again, postpartum. Okay, last one. Runner at the wall. We're putting our knee up, we're in our runner's position, and we're sliding back and coming up. Pushing our knee in, controlling with this hip, and pushing in with this one. One more. Keep breathing. Here we go. Other side. Push that knee in, stabilize with your hip, run your position, and come on up. And you'll feel more tired in the second side because your first hip is just working pretty good. Four more. We're breathing, we're balancing. We're using our hips, we're using our glutes. And last one. Okay, and shake it out. Let's Hope you enjoyed the workout today. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow along for more from Moms on the Run.